to start your Friday off with this question. Do you hate to be alone? Does it bother you to go to a restaurant and sit down and have a meal alone? Maybe it doesn't bother you to be alone for a while, but I want to talk to you today about the value and the advantage of two. After God made Adam, He said, "It is not good that man should be alone." So, God puts Adam to sleep, removes a rib, and from that rib He forms Eve. And God set the precedent that there are some advantages of two. Ecclesiastes 4:9 says, "Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor." The New Living Translation says it this way: "Two people are better off than one, for they can help each other to succeed." We see examples of the value of two throughout the Scripture. The animals that come to Noah's Ark, they come two by two. Joshua sent 2 men to spy out Jericho. Jesus sent His disciples out 2 by 2. He also sent 2 disciples to fetch the donkey and the colt that He would ride on into Jerusalem. It's no surprise then that the wise man wrote in Ecclesiastes that 2 are better than 1. Why? The first reason that I'll mention today is simply you help each other to succeed. There is synergy. You can accomplish more. You can be more effective and more efficient. Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend." Truly, we're better together. God created it that way. Another advantage of partnership of two is found in Ecclesiastes 4:10, where it says, "If they fall, the one will lift up his friend." You have support. You have someone to pick you up, someone to lift you. We can see this illustrated in nature. If you've seen flocks of geese heading south for the winter in a V formation, then you've witnessed this principle in action. Research has revealed that as each bird flaps its wings, it creates an uplift for the bird immediately behind it. By flying in this formation, the whole flock adds at least 71% greater flying range than if they flew on their own. So it is with us. People who share a common direction and a sense of community get where they're going more easily because they experience the lift of partnership. Have you ever heard a flock of geese flying high overhead? They're all making all kinds of noise. They're honking at each other as they fly. Why do geese honk as they fly? The researchers tell us that they're making this noise from behind to encourage those up front to keep up the speed as they're on their journey. Paul instructed the church in Thessalonica, 1 Thessalonians 5:11, "Therefore encourage one another and build one another up." We are on a long journey and we need encouragement and we need support. The last advantage that I'll mention this morning is found in verse 12 of Ecclesiastes chapter 4, where it says, "A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but 2 can stand back to back and conquer. 3 are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken." There is strength in partnering together. When we are challenged, the strength of another person with us helps us experience and sustain victory in the midst of our battle. Galatians 6:2 tells us to bear one another's burden and thereby fulfill the law of Christ. In Romans 15:1, Paul writes, "Now we who are strong ought to bear the weakness of those without strength and not just please ourselves." Jesus says in Matthew chapter 18, "If 2 of you agree on earth concerning anything that they ask, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, I am there in the midst of them." Something powerful can happen when we commit to community, joining together. The beautiful redwood trees in California are nothing less than spectacular. The size and strength of these monstrous, magnificent trees is hard to fully grasp until you've seen them firsthand. These trees are so big that several people can stand inside the huge caverns carved in their trunks by fire or something. Yet they still live and grow. These massive trees often live several hundred years or more and tower up to 300 feet in the air. So what is the secret of the redwood? How can it last so long and endure so much? Unlike the palm tree, whose taproot goes down to the ground as deep as the tree is tall, 30 feet up, 30 feet down, the redwood has no taproot. That's why you won't see a redwood standing alone. They're in groups called groves, and here is the strength of the redwood. I've read that for every foot in height that it grows vertically, the redwood tree sends out roots 3 times that in distance horizontally. So if a tree is 200 feet tall, its roots go out 600 feet horizontally, intertwining with the root systems of other redwoods around it. Over the course of several hundred years, the groves are so woven together that with one another it's nearly impossible that a single tree will ever fall because it's held up by the strength of others. So it is in our lives. We find unparalleled strength and support as we partner together. An old proverb says it this way: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So I encourage you today, don't walk alone. Sure, there are frustrations and issues in relationships, but you were created by God for partnership, community, friendship, and walking along this journey together. Times of solitude and quiet are needful and healthy, but I urge you today to resist the temptation of isolation and commit to community and find the synergy, strength, and support provided through relationship.